It's our first full day in Marrakech. Our trip here has already started out so good after our impromptu city tour last night with our Airbnb host. We've already learned so much about the history of this old town. I can't wait to learn more today.
So we planned where we were staying like really last minute, like maybe 2 days ago. I found this place on Airbnb and it had 5 stars, so I just kind of booked it, not really knowing what I was getting us into.
The whole town is booked because there's a conference here and a race this week, so everywhere is full.
But somehow I found like the best place we could have ever stayed in the city. We're staying at a local riad with this German guy who's lived here for 5 years and is like so passionate about Marrakech. It's been super cool. And for those who aren't familiar with the riad, it's like basically a multi-story house with a garden in the middle of it. So a lot of the houses don't have windows on the outside, they have like courtyards on the inside where you sit and enjoy yourself. So
and a rooftop terrace.
We'll show you around real quick before we leave. So this is our rooftop terrace with a pretty good view of the roofs of all of the buildings. And if you look way off in the distance, you might not be able to see it through the haze, but you can see the snow-capped Atlas Mountains. It's beautiful. That's our room, which we already locked up, so I'm not going to show you. It's a crazy little stairwell with a ceiling that is way too low.
Very dangerous.
Had a great breakfast down at that little table this morning. There's a nice fountain. So we have no big plans for the day, except basically just to go wander around. I'm pretty sure this is one of those cities that we're just going to be able to like walk around and be entertained for days on end.
Hence the horn in the background.
Somebody really likes honking their horn. Also, we learned last night that people here are not big fans of being on the camera. I got yelled at as soon as we walked out of the airport, so we're going to try to be sensitive to that today.
Welcome to Marrakech. Europe has been really great, but there's really nothing like the chaos of Asia and Africa. I've kind of missed it.
We mean chaos in like the best way possible.
We love
Definitely missed it.
Love This town is crazily built. It's all surrounding this big square, but all the streets around it are just these tiny alleyways. Most of them are dead ends. You just never know where it's gonna go. It's crazy.
And we have no maps, and we found it.
Yeah, our phones don't work in this country. It's one of the like 10 countries our phone doesn't work with our international plan. So it's gonna be an interesting week without our maps.
Get lost a time or two, but it should be fun.
I don't think we ever made it clear that this is the square we've been trying to get to all morning. It's like the main square of Marrakech in the middle of the city, and it's massive, loud, music, dancing, food. It's crazy. And it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So there's a group of men sitting over here, beating the drums and playing some other musical instruments that I'm not sure what they are. And there is what appears to be a cobra. There's monkeys. I don't know if it's real or not. It's like kind of moving, but I don't know.
I don't even see it anymore. I think it escaped.
It is gone. Oh no, it's there. Oh my gosh.
Oh, definitely real.
Pretty sure you have to pay him to take a picture. Maybe we'll try to get closer later. We learned last night when we were walking around that all of these stands sell fresh juice for like 50 cents, and it is so good. I feel like we're talking a lot today. I'm sorry, we're just really excited about all the stuff that's going on in this crazy city. We are so far into this market already, and I still can't even see the end. It is the biggest market I think we've ever been to. I can't even see where we came from. It just keeps going. We have finally emerged. I don't even think we saw half of it. It was insanely huge. And now we're gonna go find lunch.
Kara, where are you taking us?
I'm not sure. Thought I was taking us to lunch. I'm a little lost.
Is it?
Is it down there?
A big one of this.
Wow. I guess we're doing it. Can you eat this part? Eating lamb with my hands. Came on a big piece of paper with a big loaf of bread. This is quite the experience. It's nice.
So we learned that there are these spices sitting out on the table. It's like salt and then some of the things I have no clue what they are. But you just grab them with your fingers and sprinkle them over the lamb and it makes it so much better. So good.
Very good. Did you get enough lamb?
Whew. That was like half a lamb on our plate. That was like the coolest lunch experience. One, because the lamb was awesome. Two, because it was cooked in a hole that was like 1,000 years old from what we were told last night. And three, because there was this guy who was like sitting there eating. We kind of had like this weird thing going with the shop owner because I only had enough money to pay for one, but I ordered two, and then I tried to tell him that, and then it was this whole thing. The guy ended up going over, talking to the shop owner, and then came back to the table and told us that he had taken care of everything. He paid for our lunch, got us out of a really awkward situation, and that was just like so cool. I don't know, what an amazing experience.
That was seriously one of my favorite moments, I think, of our whole trip. Just like with all of the terrible stuff that's happening in the world right now, like to meet people like that who are still so good. Marrakech is good. So if you're sad about the world, just come to Marrakech. Have fun!
Are you gonna make it?
I think I have two new best friends, Ahmad and Mohammed. I can't believe we're getting our second juice for the day, but it's hard to walk by these without getting one.
Especially when they're less than $1. Thank you.
Mango.
Thank you. Nate has been sucked into doing this carnival game.
I didn't get sucked in anything. I wanted to. Thank you very much. Okay,
What is the goal?
If you get the little circle thing over the Sprite or the Coke or whatever it is, you get to keep it. I paid $1 to do it. I'm pretty sure you could just buy it for that much, but this seemed more fun.
Nate's trying to get the Sprite. He got it! Good job!
I've been defeated. I think he let me play for at least 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure I paid way more than everybody else, so he was like, he paid for his Coke anyway, we'll just let him play. Still couldn't get it, my arms are gonna be sore tomorrow from pulling that sticker.
We just got home, we're gonna go relax on our terrace for a little bit. Not sure what tonight holds, but I'm thinking there's gonna be a really good sunset from our roof.
You really just can't appreciate it at all, but the sun setting over the Atlas Mountains, it's like turning them purple and it's absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, that's the best I can do with the camera. was magical. I don't know why I had to do this.